Welcome back to Overhead Athletics, joined again by Noah. You've seen him in one of our videos in the past. What we're working on today is a little bit of core co-contraction. A lot of people ask us, what is co-contraction? And if we think about all of the muscles around a joint contracting in synergy or contracting together to stabilize that joint, that's really essentially what we're talking about. When we're talking about the core, you have your rectus abdominis, you have your internal and your external obliques, you have your posterior musculature, the quadratus lumborum, you have the erector spinae, you have your medial tract, your lateral tract, you have a lot of musculature, and then you have all the muscles that kind of go in between the ribs, the intercostal muscles, and you have your upper body muscles and muscles that stabilize the scapula. So you have a lot of different muscles that have to stabilize the trunk and the torso, because the more rigid and stabilized this section of the body is, the more you're going to be able to rotate with speed and then endure or resist load during the throw, but also rotate at a higher velocity. So for Noah here, he's going to go through a few exercises. And you'll see, especially when we get to that second exercise, what we're talking about. Walk that foot out a little bit. So we're going to load the hamstring here. At the same time, he loads more of the posterior musculature. These are aqua balls. Go ahead and go. These are aqua balls. Good posture, good posture. Powerful as you can. Now rotate, rotate. Come on, over here, over here. And he's going to rotate and hold. He's going to go forward. And now you're going to do it with more of a hinge. So we'll do it in an upright position. The more he hinges, the more he works the posterior musculature of the back and the posterior musculature of that down leg hamstring. So we're focusing on that elongated leg, and having him hold out in that elongated position is actually really nice for getting him to co-contract and stabilize that core. So we have a really posterior based focus here on this exercise, and the more explosive he is and the more powerful he is with his punch, the better. Good. Okay, now go ahead and we'll jump right into the next one. So we'll go into an aqua bag. This is actually a relatively heavy aqua bag. We put a decent amount of water in it. Remember, these have water, so the water's sloshing all around. So now what we're going to have him do is a more, I would say, evenly based exercise from the front to the back. And remember, what we're thinking about is co-contraction, is all of the muscles circumferentially around his trunk and his core contracting in synergy to provide some rigidity and some stability, so that when he loses balance, when things change in the environment, or when he gets fatigued, he's more resilient to those stresses. So we're going to start, we're going to go one leg up, and he's going to press and punch and rotate. Good. And the goal is that he twists as he goes, so he's explosive. So now you're going to face your chest that way at the end. Yep, he's explosive you can. You see he's kind of falling around a little bit, which is a good sign. Go ahead and back up just a tad bit for me, because it's telling us that he has difficulty with this, and that's the reason that we're training it in the first place. Yep, so all in one movement. So we do a lot of this stuff in our warm-up, and then now he's actually already thrown today, and we're doing it actually post-throwing. So you have to be able to coordinate your contractions, your ability to take up muscle slack and contract all of your core muscles when you are fatigued as well, because a lot of times that's when injury occurs, is when you actually have fatigue. Good. So if we think about muscle slack, we think about a rope that's not tension. We think about that ski rope that's got some laxity in it, it's loose. We want to take up that tension. Once the tension is taken up, we can actually exert a force on the skier. If there's slack in the rope, just like if you're towing somebody, you're not going to be able to pull them right away. There's going to be a delay between when you start your boat or when you start your car and when the tension is applied to the person holding the other end of the rope, and that's because of the slack. Now, the muscle tissue, the tendinous tissue, has the same thing. So the better that you can contract all the way around and co-contract or contract circumferentially around your core or any extremity joint, the quicker that you're going to be able to apply force. That's really the goal here, especially in Noah, who's looking to play at the next level and is looking to increase speed. So let's go through a few more of those press and rotates. straight lunge. So a lot of times I'll put a line on the floor. Just for the video purposes where we're doing this, we don't have a line on the ground. Rotate. I want you facing me as soon as you land. As soon as you land, go. Bam, that's the best rep yet. Hold it, good. So a little hold at the end. He has to control all of that inertia of the water. Bam, there it is. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Attaboy, you can tell he's getting fatigued. One more, other side. If you have any questions on co-contraction, muscle slack, drop them in the comments section. I'll make sure to get to those at some point. I'm getting a lot of comments here on YouTube now as we grow, and we're now past 10,000 subscribers. So as we continue to grow, it's hard to get to all the comments, but I will do my best. And if you guys have a good question, I'll be sure to make a video on it as well. Anyways, this is Noah, Max Wardell from the Overhead Athletic Institute. We'll see you guys soon.